Hi, welcome to the Joyful Balance podcast. You're here with your co host. I'm Meera, and I've got Denise with me. And we're here to take you all on a journey of understanding the connection between your mind, your brain, and your body. I've got a background in neuroscience and psychology and nutrition. Denise here is a cognitive behavioral hypnotherapist. So we're really well equipped to educate you all about psychology, nutrition, eating habits, and all about neuroscience. And we're going to be taking you on this journey to understanding yourself and everyone around you better, just as much as we're doing it for ourselves. So, this week is a bit of a wrap up of season one, which we thought we'd give you guys because we didn't want to leave you hanging for out to dry for too long. So, yeah, I'm going to let Denise kind of take it away with how we're going to run this little wrap up. How you doing, Denise?
Good. I can't believe we're here. As in, we've wrapped up a season.
Wow.
Exactly. And when we started this journey, we definitely didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. And we learned a lot along the way. And as Meera was saying, we wanted to make sure that we wrap it up as we should, and also give you more information as to the next season, because season 2 is coming. We are hard at work in doing that. And also we wanted to share some of our support that we can offer you. Obviously you can DM us, and you can just ask away any questions that you would like us to cover in any of our coming podcast episodes. But some of you also have asked about working with us individually or together, so we wanted to include that in this episode as well. So I think the best way to do this wrap up will be to run through a summary of our learnings.
Okay.
And I will ask you, Meera, what would be the 3 key learnings that you've had over this 8 or so weeks?
Yeah, it's a good question. What would be my learnings? I think number one is self-awareness. So I think this is one of the most easily missed pieces that we have in life, in terms of, I think we're so busy like getting through life that we forget to take stock of the way that we're going about it. And I think having that self-awareness to be like, oh, this particular thing has gone really well, and why did that happen? Oh, it's because I kind of set myself up for success, versus, oh, that was really hard, but why was that hard? Because I'd had a really bad week at work. I don't think we're always very good at like kind of having that self-awareness. So self-awareness really is key. Is something I've definitely learned. 2, it would be weird if I didn't mention this because I talk about it in almost every episode, but 2 would be the benefit of a micro pause. Denise knew this was coming because I feel like I need to like have this trademark somewhere now. But yeah, guys, like taking a second before you react can be so powerful, I think, in terms of how you are with yourself, how you are with other people, and just it's so beneficial in so many aspects of life. Because in giving yourself the micro pause, you give yourself time for your rational brain to kick in, where your more automatic thoughts and behaviors are more likely to be apparent, which may or may not be helping you. And then number 3, I would say, was we now know how to start a podcast. So, as Denise said, we've definitely been on a journey of sorts ourselves, like having to sign up to different services to like make sure we can get our podcast out to as many people and as many different platforms, and working out a social media strategy, and just and then just generally thinking up of different content ideas, planning content, all that kind of stuff. Like there's a fair amount of work that goes on behind the scenes to make this happen. And we're very thankful for everyone who's kind of listened, who's given us feedback, who's supported us, or helped us in terms of being a guest, or has helped us kind of get ourselves sorted behind the scenes. Like we're very, very grateful, and we really hope we'll see all of you back and many more for season 2.
Yes, we are super excited for season 2. And thank you, Meera, for
Thank
your
you.
feedback.
Well, how about you, Denise? What were your top three learnings?
um, I think the number one learning was self empowerment for me. As in, this whole journey felt like a self empowerment journey, and the reason why I say that is because, as we discussed over the episodes between myself and Meera, we had, you know, all sorts of learnings in therapy or through our studies and through our degrees, but it's very easy to lose sight of them sometimes. And it's not like we are going back to the time when we didn't have them, but it's just, you know, we're people and life is consuming as it is. And sometimes we just forget the learnings. And being in this forum with the you listeners, and definitely with my lovely co-host, it's been so rewarding because it reminded myself of these learnings, and I felt more self-empowered in the sense of how much agency we actually have in our decision making, and also the micropause that Meera was just mentioning a second ago. So all of these things, we've learned them at some point, but then, yeah, maybe we missed some of them, and now I feel like, oh, they're coming back in focus. So that's one of my key learnings. The second one would be about doing this podcast. Honestly, putting in the work, as Meera said, is definitely key learning, and editing and doing things that at the beginning was a little bit scary because it's not part of my everyday job. And it was just something out of the comfort zone of, how do you edit a video? Where do you start? How do you add captions? How much time it takes to add captions sometimes. And all of these learnings were just like making me really appreciate people who do this as their, business.
Yeah.
So video editors out there, I salute you. My third key learning is learning alongside you guys, as I knew some things regarding the brain and some things regarding hunger and gut microbiome and things like that. But obviously, having Meera around to just get more and more in depth from different topics it's been, yeah, I've been in school just like you have. So it's really good. So thank you for that, for sharing your knowledge with us.
Oh, pleasure. And yeah, like thank you for being such a patient and wonderful co-host. It's been yeah, I think like it's fair to say that every time Denise and I will speak, or perhaps before we do the podcast recordings, like she may not mean to, but there's always like a little dose of therapy before we start, because Denise will ask me, "How are you?" And I'll be like, "Well, this has gone right, or this has gone wrong," and there's always some little life lesson in there. So no, I'm very grateful. I've got a very patient, also equally knowledgeable co-host who, yeah, makes doing this podcast 100 times easier, because otherwise it would be really tough.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, we say these things to ourselves, guys, but we do mean it. As in, yeah, we both bring different things to the table, and hopefully we were able to share that with you in the last 9 or so episodes. And we definitely hope to share more of that in our next season. And we do support each other because, yeah, it's a labor of love, this podcast.
And
It's
we're also friends, so
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Um, the other thing we came across in the last couple of episodes were people asking if they can work with us, as in either as a whole, as a team, or independently. So I just wanted to allow them to know more about us a little bit. And how would you say, Meera, if somebody listening to this wants to work with you on nutrition or on, any other of your specialties, how should they contact you and what should they do?
Yeah, so you can get in touch with me. You can DM me by Instagram, but my preference is by email. So my email is info@balancedmenutrition.com, or you can just have a look at our links on our link tree on Instagram, and it will take you through to my website, and you can find my email address there. or you can always DM me and I can give you the email address. Essentially, the way I normally work is like, I'll do a clarity call first. So we'll book in some time. You can tell me the synopsis of why you'd like to work with me as a nutritionist. That's kind of where I sit more in the nutrition for mental and cognitive health. And then we have a chat, and then I can let you know kind of what I recommend for you. So it might be that you might just want to do an individual session. I prefer to do blocks of 3 sessions at a go, because what you do find is that there's, for things to be kind of more of a gentle stepwise approach that generally confers better results. It's often better to do a few, like to kind of book a few, just like we can really get you on the path to success. And yeah, and then I'll give you kind of all my prices then. So absolutely, I do work individually with people. And yeah, just shoot me an email.
Great, great.
And
We'll
yourself, Denise?
Yes. So I also prefer via website, as in my website, which is joyspacetherapy.com. So yes, please contact me via my website, and you have 2 options there. You can go ahead and book yourself directly introductory call, similar to what Meera was describing. We will have an initial chat to understand what would be your area of focus and what would you like to work on, or what is your presenting problem, and then we will understand if we are a good fit for each other, and we take it from there. Or you can email me and we will take the conversation over email or phone call, however it's easier for you. I should say that my area of expertise is sleep. So for all of you out there who are struggling to sleep or stay asleep, or are also sleeping too much and you feel like that is interfering with your life, that is my key area of focus. That doesn't mean that I don't work with people who are struggling with other things, such as weight management or stress and anxiety. However, it really depends on what you want to work on. And that's why I would say it is best to approach, and then we can understand, okay, are we a good fit for each other or not? Because you have different ways of explaining what is happening to you. And sometimes it's not as easy to realize, oh, it's a sleep thing. I've had many clients coming to me saying, oh, I really should, stop eating when I'm stressed. And then when we drill down to see what's causing the eating and the stress, it was the lack of sleep. So I'm not expecting you to know from day dot that that's the problem. Therefore, it's easier to just approach, and we can have a very confidential, informal conversation. And both of us, both Meera and myself, would like to give our dear listeners a discount on our services. So that would be 20% off from our prices, from our normal prices. And that would happen as long as you tell us you're a listener. And you can tell us that by saying or quoting Joyful Balance 20, all in one word. And that would be our gift to you. And yeah, that's 20% off. So take advantage of it.
Awesome. And yeah, if there's a desire to kind of have us work together, like Denise and I can definitely do that. It's kind of just on the case by case basis. So just don't be afraid, and don't hesitate to get in touch with us.
Exactly. And it's sometimes that is the best way to work, because thinking of a busy professional who has a desire and the need to improve their nutrition, or who wants to learn how to effectively eat for their well-being and cognitive and mental well-being, as well as physiological, then it makes sense to have a combination of therapy in order to cement those healthy habits, together with the learnings from a nutritionist that will share what you need to do and how you need to do it, and give you all that knowledge. It's a match made in heaven most of the times. However, that is not mandatory, and we are very conscious that different people have different ideas of what they need, and we can recommend. And obviously, always your decision is yours.
Absolutely. Completely.
The one thing that I would like all of our listeners, and that's what we always say to our clients, both myself and Meera, is that if you are willing to put in the work, and there will be work to do in order to improve, then we are here to guide and help in any way that we can. If we are not the right fit for you, we will always tell you so. And we will always recommend somebody else if we know somebody in our networks. It's in our best interest and your best interest that the relationship works and that we are the right specialist for whatever you need to work on. So we will never just say, oh, welcome, and we have no idea what we're doing. It's not the type of work we do. We pride ourselves on our integrity.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So we told you about our learnings. We told you about our discount for our services. And what should we say about season 2, Meera?
Oh, I've been wondering that this whole time. You go first, then I'll go. I know that's a really bad way out of it, which is really mean.
Thank you for putting me on the spot. I don't want to give it out too much because we are so excited by it and we are so much into it. I would just say this. Season 2 is a journey.
Yep.
It has a beginning, as you would do in therapy or nutritional therapy, where you set up some goals, you explain why you're doing it, you build a plan, and then the episodes are our plan or steps or milestones. And at the end, we culminate with our outcomes and achievements. So it is a journey for both myself and Meera, and you will know more when we start season 2. And the most exciting thing that I have for next season is that we are having more guest speakers.
Yay! Yeah, so next season I think is going to be even more specific on each episode, and so kind of gets more into the nitty-gritty of like what it means to kind of live and eat and be healthy. And yeah, and you know, I think Denise and I have done a good job of being pretty candid this first season, but we're going to be even more candid next season. So yeah, there's lots and lots to look forward to it, and we're really looking forward to having you back and to being back.
Should we tell them when we're coming back?
Oh, yeah, why not? Thursday the 20th of October, we're back, and you'll get that first episode of season 2 dropping into your inbox, or to your podcast app or wherever you listen to your podcasts. In the meantime, you've got 9 episodes plus a wrap up to go back to, in case you're missing the sounds of our voices. And we'll still be active here and there on Instagram, and we can always be found on Instagram and through our websites as well if you ever want to get in touch.
Absolutely. And yeah, we are very happy to be guiding you on this journey. We are happy we can help some of you and bring clarity to others. And we are just going to continue for as long as it makes sense. And I also wanted to say to bring that notification bell and give us a rating. 5-star is preferred, but we're not going to hold it against you. We're not going to be upset if you decide to give us less, and you know, however you prefer. It just helps us reach more of you out there, and it also helps us to understand what you need more, because we are here to take you on a journey, but it's as much as our journey as it is yours. So we can make it whatever we make it together.
Exactly. Right, guys.
Yes.
We're gonna wrap up there, and that is season 1 done.
Yay!
So like we said, get in touch with us if you need us in the meantime, and we will see you back on the Thursday, the 20th of October, 2022. So
Yes.
catch you guys then.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye.